Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. We got us in the building. DurDanah Rafia.
This is the God Rashad.
Chop it up with me a little bit. This is Crown Knowledge Radio.
Those with sight can only see the light.
Power in the crown, in the crown, in the crown, in the crown. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Crown Knowledge Radio. I am DurDanah Rafia, and you are live on the air, back with me, trying to do some maintenance, setup, update, revitalization. I don't know what we're going to call it right now, but I'm doing what I need to do to try to get live stream going on YouTube and also do a little updates for Blog Talk. Blog Talk's got some new areas that I'm wanting to try out because they're, I don't know, I've been so comfortable with talk radio and haven't really done a podcast yet. So I'm working on those things as well. But welcome on into the Crown. It is Hidden in Dark Corners, as always, on Thursdays. This is kind of a love-hate relationship with Hidden in Dark Corners because it is a labor of love and it is a labor of reflection and journey for me. So we'll be talking a little bit about the sign of the times for tonight, and I will probably just go into what I'm going to talk about a little bit here, and then we'll move on. But it's mostly going to be just, I think at the same time I am streaming somewhere on YouTube, and if I am correct, I am probably looking at myself with my do-rag on. Okay, y'all, don't come for me and my do-rag. But it's going to be what it's going to be tonight, and we're just going to try to. I'm just trying to get things settled, get things situated, so that I can bring a quality show. Crown Knowledge Radio's had a very long and interesting, bittersweet but wonderful overall run on Blog Talk, Just Talk Radio. I am going to check out their podcast area. I don't believe they have live stream yet. So until then, I'll be streaming live on YouTube. um, trying to do what I need to do to get things done, um, and at the same time be able to continue to bring the quality and high value shows that we've brought in the past since 2010. The God Rashad will correct me on that if I'm wrong. But since about 2010, 2011, the God Rashad and myself have been doing this, Crown Knowledge Radio. So it's not new. So when people say, oh, this new girl that done popped up on YouTube with her head all wrapped up, it's just a quick show. I'll probably leave it up for a minute till I got to get my close up ready. Don't y'all come for me, ladies. It's late night, and I'm doing what I need to do right now. But I am excited. I've also been offered a couple of other YouTube platforms, but let me tell you, they are expensive. I'm not there yet. Because I don't know what the Most High God has a plan for me. But right now, here we are. We are streaming, hopefully live on YouTube, and I am at the same time streaming from Blog Talk. So I can take calls. You can call in, 515-605-9858. You can call in. I believe you are able to, if you can. I haven't shared my YouTube with anybody yet, so I'm not familiar with getting in the chat over there. My teammate Z, hopefully he'll be helping me with that. But on Blog Talk, you can definitely go into the chat over there, leave your comments, say hi, what's up, hello, how you doing? What's up, Queen, what's up, Goddess? And we can chat a little bit. Just let me know. I do want to get more interaction on the show, and I know that once I'm up and moving and doing what I need to do and being obedient to the Most High God, that individuals will begin to get used to the show. I haven't done a lot of exposure with the show. I just didn't feel the need to. It wasn't about likes, shares, and subscribes. And even though, that's what's going on YouTube, for me, I need to resonate with the people that this information resonates with. I am not on here to fight, to argue, to debate. We can definitely have healthy conversation. I actually love to hear opposing points of view on different issues of any kind. It really doesn't matter to me. And it's interesting when I learn something new from someone else. So I am not opposed to that. I definitely love my Crown family. And like I said, Blog Talk has been very good to me. Thus far, we've had a great run. Like I said, the God Rashad and myself, please go to our show page on Blog Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com/Crown Knowledge Radio. That's Crown with a K. If you can see our brand spanking new logo out there, you'll start seeing our logo out there on YouTube, hopefully very soon on TikTok. I don't know. Y'all need to tell me what's going on with TikTok, because people are just, when I'm getting ready to get on, now they're saying people are getting kicked off. I don't know. But hopefully, y'all quit pissing TikTok off, because as far as I know, that's the last frontier. Like, that's all we got. But there are other podcast shows that are privately owned that have reached out to me as well. So I'm going to be taking a look at all of that. I'm going to be still doing Crown. I am still DurDanah, the goddess, the divine daughter of divine love, goddess of infinite light, and we are rocking in the Crown tonight under Hidden in Dark Corners. Again, let me just say, Hidden in Dark Corners, hopefully, is for healing purposes. Healing, of course, for me, because a lot of those things that we deal with, that we feel like we can't tell anyone about, or we feel like we're alone, or there's some things that's happening. It's a lot happening, you guys. It's a lot happening. Again, I'm just going to briefly breeze over the ditty of it all. But not just that. Like, I mean, it's a lot. Like, we're going to talk more about some of the energies that have come through. I could have swore up and down I was doing that show this past couple of Thursdays, I believe, or Saturdays, but it did not take, and that's okay because I'd love to do it again. And so we're going to talk about the energies that are coming through and what's happening in this shift. Again, the God Rashad and myself did a show, parts 1, 2, and 3 of Can You Feel the Shift? That's on Blog Talk. I'm hoping to be able to try to figure out how to download some of those shows and bring them over to YouTube. Rules and regulations considered as well. So I'm wanting to do that real soon. I'm wanting to get myself in a place where I can begin to interact with podcasts, family that I have gotten used to and love. I have my dream list of individuals that I would love to be in podcasts with. So here we go. I know visually I'm not getting off to a great start, so let's just overlook that part. but I think content-wise and spiritually and socially and emotionally and divinely connect with the YouTube family that's out there that resonates with this type of information. And again, if you want to know what the Crown is all about, please check out Blog Talk Radio. Crown Knowledge on Blog Talk Radio will give you everything you need to know about what it is that we talk to or talk the topics that we talk about and the subjects that we talk to, and those individuals that would resonate with that particular type of information. Definitely high vibing, definitely introspective, because we're all about going within, so that most of us anyway, will not end up going without. So I invite you all over there to Blog Talk Radio to check out Crown Knowledge. Check out whatever show kind of resonates with you. I kind of send people over there and say, whatever topic, we did some topics that turned out great. We did some topics that maybe didn't turn out so great. We did topics that I will probably end up circling the block on because it's very interesting how some of those shows turned out. But yeah, this is me. Hashtag no makeup, hashtag no hairdo, hashtag no worries. It's all good. And I will be coming back very soon, up close and personal, live streaming from YouTube so that we can get to know one another and get to know what's happening, what's going on in the Crown Knowledge Radio. So tonight, like I said, I'm not going to take very much time, spend very much time on this subject because I will be circling the block on it. Myself and the brother Fred have done a few episodes of Hidden in Dark Corners, and before Fred came along, Hidden in Dark Corners actually started out as my personal journal and personal journey, and so I'm hoping sooner or later it will be I don't know, maybe a play. Anybody wanna spot me a couple of dollars, and I can do a movie, Hidden in Dark Corners? Let's do it. If you can hear that out there in YouTube land, I'm ready. I'm into it. So what I can do is I'm going to continue to kind of lay down the information that I am aware of, and then the information that I get internally and what I get from spirit guides, the Most High God, my spirit guides, and be obedient to that information. We get a little wild in Blog Talk. I don't know that all the shows can make it over to YouTube. So it would be in your best interest to go over to Blog Talk. Come on over to Blog Talk and check out those shows and kind of maybe upload them, share them, with your friends, those that resonate with you. And, it's interesting. We don't want to offend anybody. But I try as much as possible to just keep it authentic. It's not even about, I want to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100. And yeah, I like to keep it a buck and a dime. I do. I like to make sure that what I say I mean to say. However, there are some times when I will go back and say, you know what, in this show I said this, but I don't know if I believe. I don't really know if I believe that right now. So it could be something that I've changed, and people grow. At least they should. And then when you see the truth, you should understand the truth and then live in it. And then live in your own truth, live in your own authenticity, whatever that is. Once you've done the internal work and you figure out, okay, this is really me. This is not me. This is really me. Like, this is the real me. And to some people, it may sound like, well, you just wishy-washy. One moment you this way, and one moment you another way. And the weird part about me is I've been the same my whole entire life. Telling the truth, I had to learn that telling the truth will get you in trouble. It'll hurt your feelings, but it needs no explanation. And a lot of people just really don't, still to this day, and saying the truth will set you free, but a lot of people don't want to be free. They just don't. they want to hide. They want to dip around dark corners. They want to hide in obscurity. They want to put the shield up and the curtains up and keep the veil up. Don't rip the curtains down. Leave the curtains up. Well, I got news for you people, and it ain't good. The veil is off of most things. You have to be hiding under a rock in Montana somewhere to not see what's actually happening right before your eyes. You don't have to take my word for it. Everybody within the sound of my voice has some type of platform or way of getting online and in tune with the free information on the World Wide Web. That's what that www stands for, if you didn't know, and get information, more information than we've ever had access to before in our whole entire lives. So don't take my word for it. Take a look. It's out there for everybody to see. Everybody's business is out there. And even if your business ain't out there, somebody got a way of coming into your house and getting your business and putting it in the street if they tell it correctly. So I like to tell on myself first before anybody can come for me for what they feel they think they know about me. And if I sound like I got an attitude, it's not that I have an attitude. I'm just saying somebody tried it and they fucked around and found out. I'm just saying. But no, you should be able to have that private side of your life. I get it. But with so much information and so much availability, it's funny because I said that when the pager, dating myself, Sky Pager, BlackBerry, flip phone. Yeah, I was here for all that. I don't know. I can't remember what the big giant gargantuan cell phone looked like. They said it looked like a walkie-talkie or maybe a little bit bigger than a walkie-talkie. Or it looked like you was carrying like a camera in a suitcase. I don't know. I didn't see the old cell phones at the time. So with that being said, yeah, your information at any given time can be put on blast. We have more access to more information now than we ever have in life. And so it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It could be a profitable thing, and it could be something that stays permanently with you. I'm not perfect, so prior to Facebook and maybe even camera phones, I was a very, very private person. Not that I had anything to hide. I just thought it was weird to have that much availability in your life. I really did. I just thought that it was weird to always be available to someone. I thought it was weird to always have someone, able to text you, call you, beep you, page you. You could be sitting somewhere having a private moment. You could be in a meeting and someone could just call you, and every 15 minutes, your kids can call you and page you, and that bugaboo. See, I told you I'm dating myself. The bugaboo that wouldn't stop texting you like and then you got like 32 texts in 15 minutes. Yeah, that was a red flag. And so now they talk about red flags, like, and then they talk about the availability and how much. And you know what? And I'm going on and on and on, but I think I'm really going to have to do a show on this because it's some interesting avenues, and I know a lot of them have already been touched on, like, what technology is doing to our kids right now and going forward into the future. This is 2024, and a lot of the children are already addicted. And if you haven't seen I believe it's a TikTok of the little boy who was about to jump his mama. He had to have been all of 4, maybe 5, if he was lucky. But he was about to jump his own mama about his iPad and told her right in the camera to her face, try it and see what happens. It was hilarious, but it wasn't hilarious. Some things just ain't cute. This little boy was serious about his iPad. He was going to whoop his mama's butt for it. I was like, yeah, I wish you'd have showed the whole video so I could see him laying in respite and then wake up and be like, what had happened to my iPad? Anybody seen my iPad? Anybody seen my eye? But with that being said, it's interesting. I think myself and Brother Fred discussed a young lady that was in one of the experiments. Take your phone for 15 minutes. I know it's a couple of them out there. They take your phone for like 5 days, or they take your phone for like a week, 5 days, or they take it for 24 hours, I believe. One woman and her husband made a pact that on the weekends they would turn their phone off. I think they said like on Sundays they would not check their phone. And the husband did so, but the wife almost had a material nervous breakdown. It was weird. Like, y'all go look up some of those. It's interesting. But I would really like to do a different perspective on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm all across the camera. But I would like to do a different perspective on technology and how it is affecting the masses as a whole. Like, where is this going? Now we have the these high billionaire inventors and innovators, whatever you want to call them, and they're coming along with ideas that supersedes anything we've probably seen on this planet yet, and then some. So it's very interesting. And so, with that being said, like I said, I will circle the block on this particular subject for a show at another time. So currently, I am doing Hidden in Dark Corners, and like I said, it is a Thursday series. I usually do with the Brother Fred. I haven't talked to him in a while, so he may or may not join me this evening. But anyone who wants to get in on the show, and you have a question, you have information, if you have not listened to the other portions or parts that are live out there for Hidden in Dark Corners, some of them I kept them private because it does include personal family information, because like I said, I really don't know what this may turn into, but please feel free. www.blogtalkradio.com/Crown Knowledge Radio, and that's Crown with a K. Open it up. You'll see my archive shows out there. Myself and the guy Rashad and a few other special guests in several of the shows. Hidden in Dark Corners is out there and a whole lot more. So whatever resonates with you, join us live. YouTube coming up soon, and we're going to have a lot of great information, a lot of interesting topics, and hopefully a lot of interesting special guests joining us in the Crown moving forward. We battle not against flesh and blood. We battle principalities. And if this sounds familiar to you, then some of you have read your Bible. Some of you have read your Bible. And I don't even know what scripture it is. I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see. We battle not against flesh and blood, I believe is what it's saying. I don't know if you guys know what I'm doing or not. I wasn't trying to, but Ephesians 6 and 12, according to the King James Version, or the King James Version of the Bible. And for that one, it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world, against spiritual. And I'm not going to open it up and continue reading it because, number one, I know what it says. Number two, it's interesting that this has come to the forefront. It's like when you sit in church and you hear that topic, you hear that line, that verse, Ephesians 6 and 12 read in a church setting, whatever your church or your religious affiliation is. I am non-denominational. I do not affiliate with any particular denomination. I am spiritual, but I learned something from every walk. And I'll put it that way because we're all walking in different directions. We're not going to take the same path. That's just weird. Why would we? And we're not all going to end up in the same place at the end of the journey. Now, we will all end up without flesh. That's the one thing I do know. According to the years and years and years and centuries before me, where people are laying in the cemeteries that I ride past every day, and there's thousands and thousands of people laying in the ground. So where their bones are, I have no idea, but their flesh is no longer there, and their soul is no longer in that ground. So that's the thing that we have to think about. And when I can tell you how I felt when I first heard that line read from a pulpit, from a preacher or pastor, and it says we wrestle not, or we battle not with flesh and blood. And I'm going to be the first to say I had no clue. I was like, yeah, okay, it sounds Bible-y. It sounds churchy. Whatever that, for lack of a better word. It was I kind of felt like, oh, okay, pastor's preaching on this passage today. I never heard it before, and like I said, I used to be in the church, and even with the whole sermon wrapped around it, I really still did not fully understand it. That was my first encounter. The second time I heard it, I was affiliated with a Pentecostal church. I was baptized in this church, and the bishop at that church passed away, ironically, in Israel. That's really weird. He baptized me, he went to Israel, and then he died. But it was very interesting because I had never really had a whole lot of interaction with this man. And when he put his hands on me, he said, the devil will not win. He's going to chase you hard, but he's not going to win. I didn't know what he was talking about. Had no clue. As a sideline, for those who know me, I can tell you the whole backstory off the air on the side because it's a true story. I didn't know what that meant. At that particular time, I had, I even forget how old I was. I know I may have been in my 20s. I don't know how old I was. But I got baptized in a Pentecostal church. And that's what this man said to me. And it is very profound when things come full circle. You really don't know how, you don't know why. You're not really fully understanding what it means to be time. I did not know what it meant to be chosen. I knew what it meant to be a good girl and go to church. That's about, and I tried. It was hard. It was not easy. Don't let nobody think that being a good girl and going to church is all it takes to get into heaven. It is not. And don't let nobody think that, hey, well, hi, YouTube. Don't let anybody tell you that keeping your legs closed and not drinking alcohol or doing drugs is going to make you a good girl and you're going to get into heaven. That's not how it works. I didn't know that at that particular time because, like I said, I was still naive to a lot of things, and still to this day I have a lot to learn. But that particular moment in my life I never forgot because I thought it was weird. He's going down the line and he's praying for people, and he just stops at me and he makes that statement. And I just thought it was weird. I was like, oh, okay, did he know I was out drinking last night? Like, I really thought the spotlight was on me, like, oh, Jesus got me. I felt like I really did. You talk about feeling like a hoe in church, dude, sis, bruh. I was like a deer in headlights. I was like, oh my Lord, the gig is up. He know I was out doing ungodly things last night, like, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that felt that way. I know y'all holy, saved, and sanctified. Y'all ain't never did something on Saturday night and come to know you got to go to church on Sunday and you feel horrible. And that particular moment, I felt horrible. And I was like, okay. But then something happened. And little things started to happen with work and work relationships and men and male relationships and family relationships and mama-daughter relationships and wanting to know more about my life and my past kind of information and wanting to understand more about who DurDanah is, who I was. That started to happen. And the older I get, the more I couldn't let it rest. So I think maybe somewhere in that instance, before me being baptized and right after this particular bishop passed away, transitioned, that I knew that there was something more. I think what he wanted to do with that statement, it actually happened. Like whatever it is that he wanted to happen to me in making that statement, it happened. And so that started me on a trajectory of pulling away from the things that I knew was not me, sort of, kind of, because you don't just jump out of that. It's not, they say it's a miracle, but it's really not, it's not an instant miracle. It's one of those long marinating miracles. That's a show in itself, ain't it? The marinating miracle. Well, that's what I had. And so this is when the spiritual warfare started in my life. I think at that particular time, a layer of the veil was taken off, and I started to see things in a much different way. I started to see people differently. I started to see just people in general, but family and friends and work situations. And it was very interesting how, I don't even know how to say that, how I could read individuals. It was interesting. I wasn't trying to. And in my own personal being, I just thought it was me with the attitude. Why would I think that about that person and I just met them? Why would I think that? So I had to be careful not to be one of those type of people. Like, I just met you and I automatically don't like you. I didn't want to be that person, but it was a lot of people I felt that way about. So if people felt that way about me when they first met me, I get it. I do. I do. If you don't think you give off an energy, you are sadly mistaken. I don't care how much cologne you put on or perfume. I don't care how expensive your clothes are. I don't care if your hair is real or not. I don't care if you got on a ton of makeup or if you are hashtag looking crazy like I am right now. It does not matter. We all give off a vibe. All of us. We all do. I have heard so many times just starting off in school. Look at her. She thinks she cute. I was giving off a vibe. Maybe I was giving cute that day. I don't know. I don't know if I was giving cute that day, but I got a lot of that in high school. And we grown now. We passed. I would like to think we passed that. Trust me, we're not, because I heard something stupid just like a few years ago, and I'm a grown ass individual. I cannot make this up. But and let's just say that has happened to you or somebody you know, and they walk in a room and you just get this vibe, like just from someone walking in the room. They don't have to talk. They don't have to say anything. They don't have to open up their mouth and say a word. But it's that you got that vibe. That is a song. I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But you got that vibe, that thing that people, I don't know, you giving off something. You giving something, and I don't know what it is. But if you're giving, I can approach you. Some people give that vibe. Like I can walk up to her and say something, or I can walk up to him and it's cool. He ain't going, you know. And dudes probably, guys, men, they probably understand that a little bit better as far as approaching the opposite sex than we do, because some women give that, you know, we could look one way and give, I want you to, as the pastor said a little bit ago on the TikTok that I saw recently, you got your come get it dress on. I ain't gonna say what he said, but you got your come get it dress on. And so most men feel like I want to try to come get it, right? Hey, don't come for me. But then they step to you and you give, brother dude, N-word, what are you doing? Oh, you know what? Don't, you know, they give you the hand, get out my face. I know you're not trying to come up and down something. Unless you're going to buy me a drink, or unless you're going to pay for my drinks. And I don't know. And then sometimes we give that, ladies. I don't know. But there's a vibe. There's something. I'm saying all this to get the understanding that there is an invisible something that makes us act a certain way based on who we're around, what we're doing around them, the mental state of mind that we're in, and whether or not it is your authentic path. I'm glad I'm recording that because I don't know that I can repeat it. Let me try. There is an invisible force that works with us here in the physical. It's something in the spiritual, in the ethers, if you will, if that's what you want to call it, that works with us, either for us or against us, depending on what your mental state of mind is, who you are around, because energies intermingle. whether we think they do or not. And sometimes your energy is just fucking with the wrong person. Yep, I did say it, YouTube. Don't cut me down before I get up good. But there's got to be something. So now you're entangled with somebody else's energy, and whatever that energy is with that invisible vibe can make you do things sometimes that you don't want to do. It could talk you into things that usually you could talk yourself out of. It could put you in positions that usually you wouldn't find yourself in. It could also be on the positive side and put you in front of the right person in the right place at the right time, where you need to be when you need something to happen, when you need the Most High to answer a prayer or send you a miracle. You could be wrapped up with a negative energy when the Most High God or some spiritual vibration is trying to give you something positive. You could be wrapped up in something negative. And I mean tangled up in it, like you can't get out. When the Most High God is trying to give you something positive. It's weird. So you say, well, DurDanah, you know, we get being around good people and bad people, and sometimes and some you know, everybody, we have good people and bad people on the planet, and that's just the way we get down here on planet Earth. I'm talking about anywhere planet Earth, not just America, not just the USA, not just one state or another, but anywhere planet Earth that you go. Everybody that you deal with, you're going to get a little bit, depending on how much time you spend with them, you're going to get a little bit of their essence. You're going to get a little bit of their attitude. You're going to get a little bit of their mindset. You're going to get a little bit of their animation, maybe. Again, it said sometimes that couples stay together for so long, they start to look alike. There's some truth in that. I don't know about looking identical, but there's some truth in that you see a couple that's been together 25, 15, maybe even 30 years or more. And you go, y'all been together so long, y'all starting to look alike. Y'all starting to look like each other. And so there is that ethereal. There's this spiritual. There's this something that we can't see in the ethers. And then there's that side of all of that when you are vibing high. Low vibrational beings get angry, especially when they're close to you. So what does that mean? A work relationship, a family relationship, a partner, other relationship, friendship, immediate, distant family relationship, any type of relationship that you spend time with someone in their personal circle enough to know whether or not you are the high vibrational person or if you are the low vibrational person. So here comes the tug of war, so to speak. And what that person develops, now here's the other part of all of this energy and sharing and back and forth and so on and so forth. If you are so low vibrational that all you do is bring in low vibrational things and low vibrational thoughts, and you want everybody else around you to be low vibrational, it creates a portal in your life for low vibrational beings to rule your train of thought. I'm glad this is recorded because I know I'm not going to be. Let me keep on with my channel because there are beings that will pick up on your dirty shit and they'll ride you like a Brahma bull if you allow it to. So if you're open to negativity, guess what? That devil or that demon or whatever that low vibrational being is will step right on in. Now here's the law. I didn't make it up. I didn't make up the cosmic law. I am looking at the information out there and kind of basing it off of my practice, not what somebody else is giving me. Off of my practice, the law that's out there in the cosmos is what you put out, you will get in return every time. I put it to the test. And it worked both ways. When I dealt with stupid shit, I got stupid shit back. But when I started dealing with things that had more substance to them, I saw my life change. But I had that other problem too, being and again, I'm not saying that I don't want to put myself in divine light, because I call myself the daughter of infinite love, the goddess of divine light. That's who I am. I'm. You think I might put a little cute name on it to make it sound cute? I don't care what my head rag is saying. I'm telling you, I am the daughter of infinite love. I am the goddess of divine light. And so when the Most High God tells me that I need to be obedient to that which he's put inside of me so I could be out here in this human world and deal with some of this low vibrational shit, I am obedient, because it can kill you. It's a whole cemetery full of people that can prove it. So I don't have to prove that. What I'm saying is, you can get caught up on dead stuff while you're still walking on 2 feet. And that's hell. I don't know what hell is to you. It could be, the little red dude with the tail and the pitchfork. And Happy Hallows Eve, everybody. I forgot to say that right off the top, because it is Halloween night. For another few minutes anyway. But yeah, if we're talking about the little red dude with the pitchfork and the tail and all of that, yeah, I'd like to see him. I ain't seen him in a minute. The evil we're talking about that's on this planet right now will put him to shame. That's all I'm saying. But you can be in a situation where you think you can match the vibration of someone else's vibe, because they're perceived as being a high vibrational person, but they keep doing low shit. And I can see it. Now, I don't know about anybody else. I can see it. And so when you begin to peel off the layers of what you can see and feel and understand in the ethers, you can fight these battles. Well, and again, going back to the Bible verse, we battle not. And it also says in the battle that in the Bible that these battles are not yours. So I apply that one as well. If it's something that I can't see, how in the hell am I gonna fight it if I can't see it? Now I ain't saying I can't feel it, because I can. That I can't hear it, because I absolutely can. And in some circumstances, in a indirect way, I can see it, but I still can't fight it, because some battles, the saying goes, pick your battles. Some battles just ain't for you to fight. It's not even about the fight, to be honest with you. It's really not even about, I'm gonna get this person before they get me. And sometimes it's not even about that. Most people think that's what the fight is about. You get them before they get you. People think that's the whole fight. And once I get her, if you haven't heard the end of one of Medea's movies where she was sitting in therapy with Dr. Phil, and she said, you got to get the ones to get you first before they get you, and you get gotten, and you can't get them back, so I get them first before I get got. You got, yeah, it was hilarious, but it was Tyler Perry and probably one of the best scenes I ever seen Medea do. But anyway, sometimes people think that's the fight. That's like I'm gonna jump on this person before I can, they even get a leg out the door. Like they think that's the fight. That has nothing to do with the fight. Absolutely nothing. The fight started as soon as you attached yourself to some low shit. That's the fight. So the spiritual warfare side of it is to stay high vibrational, to stay high vibrational. Why? Because you do want to rise above that bullshit. You really do. I mean, when it's some real bullshit, you want to rise above it. You really do. Does that mean you above it? Yeah. Oh, so you just think you better than everybody. No. I feel like there's a time for me to open up my mouth and say something, and I'm not always perfect with that. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I know when to shut up, because sometimes I don't. But that's why I do a radio show. But here's the thing. The Most High God will tell you, really, really, for real, when he's saying, look, shut it down. Either you want me to take care of this situation or you don't. And there comes a moment in your life when you got to make up your mind. But of course, we're human too. We are spiritual beings having that human touch that gets us in trouble all the time, because we always want our hand in shit. We always want to touch it. Nope, I can do it better than God. Nope, let me do it. Nope, God, I got something that I could do to this person that I know you can't do. Really? Now you fighting God. And that's where I always want my enemies to be, fighting God. That's where I always want my enemies to be. Fight God. Ain't nothing you can do to me. Fight God. So stand in your high vibrational self. Does that mean you rising above some shit? Yeah, absolutely. Stand in your high vibrational self. Does it mean that you really aren't being touched by what somebody has and that they play in their own mind, that they think about you? Absolutely. Yeah, because if you didn't come to me with it, I don't know what it is. So why would I care? Why would I care? Yeah, because there are people that will sit and mean mug you all day, and they're up there. The person on the other side is, did I do something? Like, is this person? Oh, she look awfully mad. Well, I went to say something to so and so, and they just turned me off, and that's the way. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes that's the way it happens. It happens that way. But they're dealing with something that they can't even see. They're dealing with something that they don't know that is standing in front of them all the time, staring them in the face. As soon as they look in the mirror, it's right there, and they still can't see it. We wrestle not. Y'all gonna make me look that verse up again. I really want to. But we wrestle not with flesh and blood. It's not about this flesh. The flesh is going to let you down all the time, guaranteed. Just ask single mothers out here trying to make it happen. The flesh is going to let you down all the time. Poor Mr. Combs right now. I'm saying poor Mr. Combs, but he wasn't poor by any stretch of the imagination, and he completely fucked that up. He had a layup, and this nigga fouled. Like, I don't get it. But ask him. The flesh will let you down every time. Ask the fathers out here with 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15 kids by different mamas. The flesh will let you down. The women out here that's single because their flesh is tired. Your flesh is tired of being betrayed. Your flesh is tired of being fucked over. Your flesh is tired of being misappropriated and misused. Your flesh is tired. Ask them. The flesh will let you down every time. Now, for the people who it's easy for them to lose weight, my hat is off to you if that's who you are. But for those of us who are blessed with abundance, it's a rough road. We were happy with the Thickum era, BBW, whatever you want to call it. I didn't go to BBL route. I didn't need to. But a lot of people went the BBL route. But the flesh is, so now we're tampering with the flesh that God gave us. And we want to say, well, God didn't want me to have a flat booty. Okay. So I got to get the BBL. Or God didn't want me to have a flat chest. So I got to go get the boobs. I got to. Come on, DurDanah, now you're going to say we can't do that? But when it gets to the point of I don't even know how to say, I'm not even going to name no names, but there were some beautiful, I'm just going to say black women that I admired 10, 15, 20 years ago and still sort of admire them to this day. But and they were women that I would never think would get caught up in the whole plastic surgery of all. Are we still talking about spiritual warfare? Absolutely. We are. Because our mind gets tangled up in bullshit and we wonder how we got there. The spirit. And everybody says, the spirit is okay. Well, we're not necessarily always talking about the Holy Spirit. We're not always talking about divine spirit because there are other spirits out there. Why do you think they used to call alcohol spirits? Because it's a spirit. But yeah, they got caught up in the whole plastic surgery. I want to change my face. I don't like my nose. I want my eyes to be different. I don't like my chin. And in retrospect, they knew what they wanted, but they couldn't, even if you draw a picture for a doctor, even if the doctor had the perfect picture for you, it is not going to be what God gave you. It's just not. And you may look in the mirror and say, now, that's better. But the people who knew you 15, 20 years ago are going to say, girl, what did you do? And I've even seen, it ain't just the women. I just got a glimpse of a couple of men out there, older men that I've seen, celebrities, of course, back in the day, and they're 70-something trying to hold on to that 40, 30 youth. It's not cute, guys. Now, getting a little Botox and a little brush over here and there, I say go for it. I like to do mostly natural. I don't get a lot of sun. A lot of the time I try to stay out of the sun, but I'm getting older and I'm getting age spots, and I'm finding out that age spots can pop up anywhere. And that's kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of is what it is. So I try to do some things natural. I'm just recently trying, products, which I don't think work at all. But I think that the natural products do work. When I get in my kitchen and I start doing my alchemy and I get into my, divine, goddess of divine light, and I start listening and staying in tune with my goddess player in the mirror, and I come up with recipes, and I've done that for years and years and years. Oils and medicines for pain, oils and medicines for hair. Anyway, whole nother show. Let's get back to the spirit of the of the body and the flesh. So your mind can tell you one thing about how you look when you look in the mirror. And people can look at you on the outside looking in. I've heard plenty of women, especially some of these that have had these plastic surgeries, say, I was always passed up for the light-skinned girl, or I was always passed up, for the girl with the cute body. She was little, light-skinned, she had good hair. Hair extensions and wigs is a multi-billion, in a few years, it's going to be pushing $1 trillion industry. And like my mama said, God rest her soul, ain't no man ever asked me for no hair. I've been asked for a lot of things. Hair was not one of them. So you can grow it, you can buy it, you can put it on your head. We've been doing that since ancient Egypt, which was Kemet. Africans have been putting extensions in their hair for years and years and years. And then there's some people that can grow hair. There's some people that cannot. And so I've always been indifferent about the whole hair thing, I guess because I had it down to my shoulders and I lost it. And then I put it on my head and I take it off. It is what it is. But men are saying, well, I want a woman she's just pure and there's nothing fake about her. You should be more concerned about what's not fake on her inside than you are worrying about what's fake on her on the outside. And people say, well, if she gonna fake stuff on her body, she could be a fake individual. That's not true. And there are a whole lot of women that can attest to that. Don't worry, ladies. We'll have the show if you want to have it. Hit me up, 515-605-9858, or you can go right on over to Blog Talk or hit me up on my brand new YouTube page. But please don't come after me, ladies. I didn't know how this camera was going to work on this particular first show for my YouTube page, but we will be back. Bigger, better, stronger, faster, more information, more knowledge. I have a whole Crown Knowledge team to introduce to YouTube. We have a whole, oh my goodness, I have a whole, what do they call it, catalog of content that I have not even began to look at, not to mention the shows that I want to edit and download for YouTube from Blog Talk to bring over to my YouTube channel so you guys can get familiar and get to know me. And I'll do that again at the end of the show. But we wrestle not with flesh and blood. I understand flesh will let me down. I think I understood that at a young age. I was able to, unfortunately, see things that I couldn't unsee, and experience some things that taught me lessons, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. I experienced things at a young age. No essay or anything like that. But I saw, family members go through difficult times, whether it was with friends or significant others or other family members. It was ugly a lot of the time to me. And so when you're young and you're trying to make the connection between what you're looking at and what's really real, it's difficult. And then as you get older, that's when you start those developmental things. I was painfully shy. And I could not understand a lot of the things that I had seen in my younger years as I got older. So I treated people a certain way. I rarely wanted to be touched by anybody. Like one of those... You don't want to be the weird kid in the class, but I was just one of them kids, like, And now, with things the way they are now, fast forward 2024, I still kind of don't like to be touched. I just don't. I don't think a lot of people do. Like, you can talk to me. We can say, hi, how you doing? Fist bump. What's going on? How you doing? Yeah, but it's certain people now that I can embrace and just fully hug them and know that it's so okay. And even in the family, a lot of family members just don't hug like they used to. I haven't seen you in 6 months, dude. I don't know where you been with that. You smell kind of funny. Like, I mean, I don't know. But that's just where we are. As a planet, as people on the planet, period. But this flesh is tricky. That's why we're here. Everybody's not going to operate the same in their flesh. Everybody's not going to feel the same emotions all the time. Everybody's not going to act out the same all the time. Are you going to be in situations where you find yourself up against something negative, something low vibrational, something maybe even dangerous or life-threatening? We all are at some point. Are you going to feel low vibrational to a point where you feel like there's the haves and the have-nots? We're already there. Anybody? Somebody? Yeah, we're already there. Like 1.5% now, because there's a lot of new billionaires that just popped up out of nowhere. I don't know where all these billionaires is coming from. I need to know. I'm not saying I want to get in that line. Be careful. Because remember, what you put out will come back to you. What you continually put out will come back to you. And I know those individuals who I saw Oprah Winfrey's rise. Shout out to Oprah. I saw some of the story of Sean Combs and how he came up and where he came from. I saw a show called Drive, and it was a young Beyonce, like a 7-year-old Beyonce. And she was like, from the very beginning, I knew I wanted to be, like, those people are driven. So there are those people on the planet, and then there's the people in the middle that kind of get caught up, and then there's the rest of us, whatever the rest of us means. But what I'm saying is you have to resonate with that, and you have to resonate with it a certain way. So am I saying if I had $1 billion, would I be happy? Absolutely not. I don't think that you can have $1 billion and not do something. Now, I'm not saying the Warren Buffetts and the Bill Gates and the Elon Musks and Mr. Amazon, I can't think of his name, but, those particular people, they have, the Mark Zuckerbergs and all that, they have their, whatever it is that they feel helped society as a whole, but it also helped them quite a bit. We still have yet to see free medical health and medical services. Free, FREE, free. I'm not talking a foreign language. Why can we not have free FREE health care? Why? Okay, YouTube, I'm gonna stop. I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait on that. But we battle not with flesh and blood. We battle with, what did it say? Principles, spirituality, ideologies even. We battle with a different realm, puts our flesh in an experience. I almost said an experiment. But it puts our flesh in an experience that could last a short time. It could last a period of time. It could last a long time, depending on how into your physical flesh is into this low vibrational spirit. Can you turn it around? Absolutely. Of course. Can you change your mind? Sure. Some people are like, well, it ain't that easy. It's not that simple. But you can. You can change your mind. You can turn around. If you feel comfortable in doing what you're doing, you're not going to come out of it. It's just that easy. If you like eating ice cream on Sundays like I do, now it used to be more than Sunday, so don't come for me. I like having ice cream on Sunday. It used to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I like having ice cream on Sunday. But if you're comfortable, if you feel good, like you can, like when I get done, when I get in my low vibrational bullshit, I'm good. I like being here. I feel like I'm the king or the queen when I'm in my low shit. When I'm doing low crap, when I'm doing fuck shit, yeah, I'm good. I like doing that. I like pissing people off. I like messing up people's stuff. I like seeing people upset, depressed, and crying. That's my vibe. I like that. Let me stop because I'm really giving a good scenario because that is a vibe. That's a vibration. I like it. I like pissing people off. I like making people mad. I like it because it makes me feel better. That says a lot about you. I personally, me, DurDanah, I don't live there. I've never lived there. Was I in some regret or get back energy once upon a time? I was. I'm not perfect. This flesh is flawed. I'm not perfect. But as I grew up and became an adult, and I grew up, I had to find out where my comfort zone was. I can't help you with yours. I can help me with my comfort. And my comfort zone is I like to sing to myself, even if I don't sing on key. I like to sing to myself. I like to things that give me a little giggle. Sometimes it might be at the expense of somebody that did something stupid, but hey, that's what TikTok is for. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you just look out there like, dude, sis, chick, auntie, grandma, papa, just no. Absolutely not. No ma'am, no ham, no spam. Don't do it. But so okay, DurDanah, you came on YouTube and you got your little I don't know if I'm gonna leave this up on YouTube or not. I might. I mean, it's just a snapshot of me doing what I do, trying to. And like I said, I've been doing this since 2010, 2011. Never really wanted to be on camera. Never thought that podcasts and YouTube and TikTok and other venues would take off like this. It's great. I think it's great. I think it's useful when you are trying to help someone. I am not the only one that has the dark corners to turn. There are my sisters and brothers out there that don't get to voice what is happening to them. I recently lost two of what I call my babies. I don't have any biological children, but I lost two of my babies. I lost my mom, I lost my sister, but I lost a niece and a nephew that I love dearly. And funny, it was the only two nieces and nephews that I ever babysat. I did not babysit any of my nieces and nephews, none of them, but those two I did. And they both made the transition recently. Shout out to Moke, shout out to Ray. Yeah, they're kissing me on my forehead. That's weird. That is so weird. But yeah. And you have to wonder. Those are the things that I know the Most High God puts in my spirit. You know, am I a pushover? Not by any stretch of the imagination. Do I like a little get back every now and then? Sometimes. Is that what I seek to do as a priority? Oh, hell no. That's too much energy. That's giving away your power. You give away your power when you're trying to. I'm gonna get them big. You wait, watch. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, and then when they do this, and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna get this person. I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna think about it all night. And when I get up in the morning, it's gonna be the first thing on my mind. And when I see that person, it's on sight. So I'm gonna do what I got to do. You expelling energy for nothing. What's this person doing today? I'm gonna go out on their website. I'm gonna go out on their YouTube. I'm gonna see what their page. I'm gonna go on there. I'm gonna look at their content, what they doing. I'm gonna try to see what they do. I'm gonna try to get, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mess that up. I'm gonna tell some lies. I'm gonna put some stuff out there and do it like. And this is your whole low vibrational chant to yourself every day until you start seeing that shit happen in your own life. Again, don't come for me. That's the law. So I'd rather be on the side that tells me, yeah, there's something wrong, but I hope that person gets it figured out. I ain't got to like you, but I hope you get it figured out because it's dangerous. Not to me. It's dangerous to you and yours. Because remember, you ain't fighting me. You fighting the Most High God. You're not fighting me because I don't know you. 9 times out of 10, you don't even know who you're fighting. And 10 times out of 10, you might not even know what you're fighting about. So them fires I can't put out. I didn't start them. But what you can do is, again, give yourself a different mantra. I hope they get it figured out. This ain't my lane. That's not my lane. My lane is over here. I try not to say not, no, and ain't, and won't, and don't, because, again, those are, and that's hard too, because it's part of our language. But at the same time, you're giving yourself what you want every day by what comes out of your mouth every day. So if my mouth says sing a song and shut the fuck up, I'm gonna sing a song. I'm going to sing a song. I feel I'm allergic to stupidity. It ain't easy every day. It's not. It's not. So people out there to tell you, hey, I'm perfect and I never say a bad thing about anybody and I haven't done anything to anyone and I've just lived a perfect, just pure, cushy cotton life, and there's some of you bees may have fleas, but ain't no fleas on me. I mean, I don't know. Whoever lived, run. Run from them immediately. But you vibe with those individuals that you see can vibe on a higher level and they want to. And they, well, DurDanah, you sound like vibing on a higher level means you better than other people. You're supposed to be. Don't you want to be better? And by better, does that mean you have to put your foot on somebody's neck? No. Just be better. There's no crime in being better. I'm not saying the best and above everybody to put your foot on somebody's neck. I'm saying be better. And the shit that's not vibing with you, leave it back there. And keep being better. Teach your children how to be better. And if you're with a significant other that wants to be better, help them be better. And if you're with a significant other that doesn't want to be better and they keep pulling you back down in some low vibrational shit, leave them behind too. Life is short. It is 2024. This is not 1972. It's not 1980. We are moving into 2025 and almost 2030. Do you know, according to Elon Musk, 2030 is going to look real interesting to a lot of people. I'm just scared of the stuff that's coming up out the ocean right now in this physical realm. Like, that doesn't look normal. If it's real, and people think, oh, nothing's coming up out of the ocean but catfish and walleye and shrimp scampi. We get crabs, and every now and then we see a dolphin and a whale and a shark that's, for whatever reason, eating people that shouldn't be in the water. I don't know. But anyway. But then there's the weird stuff that's coming out of the water. And everybody wants, all those are fake. Oh, come on, DurDanah. You sound like they're eating the dogs and eating the cats. Like, that's just sound like that, right? Well, they may not be eating the dogs and the cats, but there's some weird shit in the ocean. I can tell you that. And you don't have to go far to find it. So this physical realm has a lot to be discovered. It has a lot to be desired. It has a lot to yet still to talk about. We have all of this access to information that we've never had before, more than we've ever had at any period in time, then or now, which is just amazing to me. There are other forms of communication coming in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years that's going to blow probably the internet out of the water. I think we'll have some type of worldwide communication, but I think it's going to look more and more different every day, every second. There's something new coming on board. So, hey, I like to stay low-key when it comes to the amount of communication that's probably going to change over the next several months, but I still don't like to be, it is what it is. I can't tell God what to do. Because God is still in control. And through me, I'll be obedient to that, whatever that is. But at the same time, you can change your mind. You can change your vibe. You can make a different decision. You can go in another direction. You can go in another area. You can move about the country. Can think different over here than you did over there. Like today, right now, bam, you know what? I was doing this, but I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. I'm going to do this right here. Or I was dressing like this, and I don't want to dress like this no more. I'm going to start dressing like that. You can do that. Nobody, what are they going to say? Well, you used to dress like this. And see, that's that's a phrase I don't used to. Because whatever you used to should stay in the trash. I used to do this, unless it was something that you used to do to bring your vibration up. I used to work out. You can still do that. Just do it differently. I used to like this type, but now I like that type. There's probably a reason why. Look it up. Try to do some research. Why do I like this type of person as opposed to that type of person? I mean, there's a lot for us to talk about. Why am I racist? Am I racist? Am I a bigot? I'm not talking about me personally, because I personally believe that black people can't be racist. You have to be able to wield power and tell people where to go as a group in mass. Last time I checked, black people can't re-gentrify a neighborhood. We just can't do it. Last time I checked, we still bring down the property value. I don't care if it's in Beverly Hills or if it's in Wood Hills. It could be in Compton. It could be in the Hamptons. Black people, as far as I know, as far as the powers that be, bring down the property value. Really? That's weird. Can we change that? Absolutely. And a lot of people have in a lot of ways. So, yeah, can you make different decisions? Of course you can. What? Well, I done got too old. I done got too old. I'm set in my ways. I'm not this and that. And I feel that way sometimes about social media, because I really do. I'm like, okay, Auntie, well, you could have, did your hair before you came on camera. Why? Y'all, I've seen some people on social media. I don't mean I have to do it, but I've seen people on social media, and sometimes it's pretty and sometimes it is not. But I don't know. We're family. We're gonna be interacting with each other. We're gonna be talking to each other. But yeah, niece, yeah, nephew, cuz, sis, bruh, I'm gonna get it together. Just let me get my thing together. And that's the least of my worries. So that, like I said, that wasn't up there on my list. What was up there on my list is getting people to understand that Crown Knowledge Radio was born for me in a place out of what the Most High God was giving me. And I want to understand more about my God self and my God understanding of what this physical plane is that we live in. And we're going to be talking about a lot of that, whether it's through behavior, whether it's through pure science. Yes, we do talk quantum physics, and we talk science, we talk spirituality. I talk Tantra. I will be bringing Serious Sex with the Goddess to YouTube. I can't wait. And we, as men and women, talking about our physical body and physical desires here on this planet in this flesh that keeps letting us down for the most part. So we got to learn how to be better than this flesh, smarter. Because the flesh is, even though the body can heal itself, there's a lot of people that haven't figured that out yet. I can do it like that. I had several burns on my legs, and I just experiment. Like, I wonder if I do this, and so there are some, I guess you could say, smart apps built into your flesh, because the flesh does know how to heal itself, but it can only conduct itself accordingly. The user. So who's the user of your flesh? Who's got the controls in their hand? As far as your flesh is concerned, that's a whole nother show too. Good God, who's controlling your flesh? What's controlling your flesh? Who is your flesh listening to? This voice that's coming out of my body, where's that coming from? And who gave it to me? Who gave me a voice? What gave me a brain? Where did my brain come from? And how is this all animating this flesh? We wrestle not. Because of this flesh, we have to fight. But it's not really the flesh that we're fighting. And I guess that's the thing that I want you all to remember and walk away with. Wow. I absolutely love this. I am hoping to stream more. Add TikTok. I'm going to add a piece at a time, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back on with another live, hopefully Saturday, and I can get some live streaming with my some of my fam, my Crown Knowledge Radio fam, can join me on Saturday and hopefully if not Sunday, or both. And we're just going to keep moving forward. Like I said, I'm going to be introducing some new things to the podcast, hopefully introducing new podcast partners and sister shows and brother shows to the show. I'm excited. I don't know what the Most High God has in store for me. But we all have to live on this planet, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. We got this one rock that we have to live on, but there's space enough for everybody. There really is space enough for everybody. And somebody quoted Glorilla and said she rode past the cemetery and there's plenty of room left in the cemetery, my sisters and brothers. So we'll get there soon enough. But in the meantime, let's try to change our mind. Let's try to change our mindset about what we do and how we live together on this planet. I'm going to do my best. I am not perfect. And I'm not perfect because I cut my intro on instead of my closing. See, I'm not perfect. I always mess up. It's always something to mess up. I promise you there is. We don't always get it right 100% of the time, and I get it. Feelings get hurt, and I get it. People don't like each other all the time. I get that too. But there will come a moment in time. Not everybody's going to get there at the same time. Not everybody's going to go there at the same time. Not everybody's going to end up at the same place. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have that moment, that small little moment, that opening in your life where you can say, you know what, I got to do better. I got to do something. I gotta do something better than what the fuck I'm doing right now. Like there's a way. There's a way. Even if it's just one small step. When I can't think of something else to do, and this is what I used to do a long time ago when I owned a really big house, I would try to clean one room at a time. Let me go in here, and it's usually a room that had a closet full of crap, because that's the stuff you want to open it up and you really want to see, what have I been holding on to in this closet, and then you get rid of it. That's just that's a freebie. That's one of the things I do. Or it could be a kitchen. Take everything out of the kitchen cabinets. That's because that's what I do. Somebody's sitting out there right now like, she crazy as hell. I bet you I don't. Yeah, and I thought that way too about my kitchen cabinets. But then I did it one day, and well, I'm a lie. That's a lie. I did it in 2 days. I did it in a weekend because I had to take everything out of the cabinets, clean the cabinets, repaper them, and I even varnished my cabinet doors, which were the type of doors now you can go buy, cabinet doors. They don't cost that much. But long story short, start with just one thing in your life that you want to clean up and make different. That's just a suggestion. I don't always want to come on here and get on my soapbox and start talking about be better, vibe high, change your mind, do something right, stop hanging with low niggas. I don't want to keep doing that. I'm going to do that, but I don't want to keep doing it. So I always want to leave you with something high vibrational, something uplifting. I got plenty of them. From oils and meditations to shoes and feet to toenails and foot rubs to hair things and face massages. I got it all. I got something. I'm going to have something at the end of the shows, at the end of each show. And if I don't have it, I'll bring someone on who does. And they'll give you something at the end of each show to just try to help. I don't know, just to try to help. Because we all need to be in that vibration right now. That's where we need to be. I am DurDanah Rafia. And thank you so much for rocking with me in the Crown on Blog Talk Radio, live on YouTube. Oh, my goodness, I'm excited. I like saying it already. Live on YouTube, getting the podcast together, looking at a whole lot of other things. Want to vibe high. Want to bring you guys some beautiful, exciting love vibrations. I love you. I love all of you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Thank you for rocking with me tonight. Join me next week in the Crown with the God Rashad and myself, Crown Knowledge Radio. And good night.
The perfect Thanksgiving starts with a Meyer frozen turkey for just 39 cents per pound with M-Perks. Imagine that golden, crispy skin. Ooh, that sounds good.
Stick to the script, please.
Oh, right. Roasted to perfection with fresh rolls, creamy gravy, and a delicious sweet potato casserole. I love those little mers. Sorry. Bring more good to Thanksgiving with a Meyer frozen turkey for 39 cents per pound with M-Perks. That is a good deal.
Limit 1. Exclusions apply. Discount automatically applied when you enter your M-Perks ID. See all deals in store or on the Meyer app.
Saving on all your gifts at Meijer and saving more when you redeem M-Perks rewards might sound like a holiday miracle. Getting more fresh produce and redeeming more on favorite presents? Earning points on holiday essentials and rewarding yourself with the hottest electronics. It's like getting snow on Christmas morning and someone else to shovel it. Saving on the season at Meijer is good, but saving even more with M-Perks rewards? That's a good deal better. Earn points, claim rewards, and bring more good to the holidays with M-Perks at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in store or on the Meijer app.